All right. Well, Joe Rogan stirred up a little controversy. So let's just play it and let's figure out who he's talking about. What do you say?
Freak Kingdom. Yeah. You become someone who is on stimulants all the time. And I know several people that have an issue. I know one guy has completely lost his fucking mind, thinks everybody's against him, thinks that everyone's done him wrong, and he's just out there cracked out in the middle of nowhere on fucking Adderall every day and making YouTube videos. And there's a lot of people like that, man.
Who do you think he's talking about? Who could Joe Rogan be talking about?
I have no idea. I have no point of reference here.
There's a lot of people like that. It is a meth-like drug. It's very, 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 very similar to meth.
Yeah.
It's just a different release in terms of like how quickly your body processes it.
It's crazy how wide.
Now, before we move on to the Adderall stuff, and look, Joe Rogan, let's get to criticize whatever he wants, but let's not talk about Mr. You still does, but used to do a lot of steroids, Rogan, telling people what to put in their body. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he's still doing it.
No, but he's smaller than he used to be. He's TRT Rogan now. Old school, when Rogan still was fighting off the hair, that was Deca D-ball testosterone Rogan. That was like Rogan.
It's crazy how wide.
Joe Rogan, 2 days ago on his podcast, without referring to me by name because he can't for some reason.
Why would he?
Said,
because he doesn't want to give you attention because he knows
why
that's
would
what
he?
you want.
He's literally the biggest YouTuber in the world.
Yeah,
why would he tell you anything?
That's what he wants. But look, here's the thing. Look, we make fun of Owen a lot, right? A lot. But he's a comic, so Rogan went in on him hard, right? He's methed out, sitting there screaming.
Yeah, he's not going to take this shit.
Nah, he's gonna hit back hard. He's a big. You know what they say about Owen Benjamin? He's a counterpuncher.
on his podcast, without referring to me by name because he can't for some reason, said that I'm a speed freak in the woods and I don't have any friends. Well, I don't even drink beer, let alone do speed. And if I ever did speed, I would stare blankly and not say anything. So, he's a sodomite who looks like a human toe.
Oh, shit.
Now, look, I don't really like Rogan. I have a lot of problems with Rogan, to be honest with you. But he broke you down to your core. Like, that's what he did.
Also, you just tried to rebut several points that Joe Rogan never made.
He never said you were drinking.
He never said you were doing speed.
Either. He said you were doing Adderall.
And he didn't say you have no friends.
You said that.
So my dream is to educate the nation of America to such a degree about what Joe Rogan is and what he brings that they do not allow him in Idaho, because he's going to leave LA soon. He knows it's fallen based on what he pushes. Yeah.
Now, of course, guilty conscience Owen always outs himself too. And we haven't checked in on him. You sent me this.
Guilty Conscience, Owen, he was on that song?
Yeah, he was.
Him and Dre and Eminem?
Yeah, they cut it for the radio version, but if you listen to the extended track on the remastered Chronic 2001, oh no, it was Slim Shady LP, excuse me. I apologize.
It's very easy to make that.
Yes. Owen Benjamin has gone full Brendan Dilley.
Oh, this one's great.
All right, so let's check. We haven't checked in on this boy in a while, so let's see what he's doing. Probably
Check out
great.
the packs. Pack.
Before we continue, didn't he admit to like snorting lines of what was
Ritalin.
it? Ritalin. Okay.
You can't cuck the tuck. I'm a voice of the people. Let me know if you think this is a shout out from old Tuck. Pack. So check out Tucker Carlson, and then we'll go from there. Okay, watch your Tuck.
The left is now telling you and demanding that you believe that anyone who supports Donald Trump is a white supremacist. And if you were allowed to think about that for long enough, you might start to get unauthorized ideas about economics.
He thinks, I'm sorry, I haven't seen this yet. I'm sorry. Holy shit. He thinks because Tucker used the word unauthorized, Tucker is plugging unauthorized TV.
Yes, dude, as best he can. I mean, he can't just blatantly say it on Fox. He'd lose his job. So he's got to be a little less on the nose about it. It's clear as day. He said it. We both heard it. So if you're going to sit there and pretend like Owen's just making these fantastic delusions up in his head, then...
And if you were allowed to think about that for long enough, you might start to get unauthorized ideas about economics.
Of all the words he could have used, listen
Hi, Tucker.
to that again. Watch one more time.
You might start to get unauthorized ideas about economics, and that would be disruptive to a very lucrative status quo. So they whip you into a frenzy of racial fear so that it never enters your mind.
People have used the word unauthorized before. I think he's...
I'm sorry, I know you're saying it in a funny voice, but if you don't mind, they have.
On a regular basis.
It was a word. It was a word before it was your dumb thing. It was a word.
watches. Trump does as well. A lot of them do.
No!
Yeah, Trump.
No! No.
Trump and Tucker
no.
watch Owen.
No. No.
Thanks, Owen. Very cool.
Mind.
People have used the word unauthorized before. I think he watches. Trump does as well. A lot of them do. But the unauthorized is definitely a shout out. And
Hey, make sure the Wi-Fi's back up on Air Force One. I gotta catch me the Owen Benjamin.
Have you seen him lately? He calls them small hats. It's very funny.
This is great. Baron, come in here. Let me show you a real man.
I want you to grow up to be just like him.
He thinks the President of the United States watches him scream in the yard? He doesn't even know how to use OBS correctly.
He doesn't even attend all his meetings. He doesn't even have advisors anymore because he hates the job so much. You think he's watching your streams?
and I've heard Trump
Hey,
say...
Melania, I'm going to grab a Diet Coke and just go upstairs and lay down for a little bit. It's been a tough one today. It's been real tough.
Trump has a Feed the Bear subscription, Mark says. Yeah, I'm sure he does.
is definitely a shout out. And I've heard
Hey,
Trump,
Vox, do you accept Black Card?
Trump say, this guy gets it.
No one's ever said this guy gets it before Owen Benjamin did.
He's lost his mind. He's really lost his
Rogan
mind.
may be onto something.
People have used the word unauthorized before. You're crazy.
You are. Oh, someone's right. There is somebody in his chat room called POTUS Bear. So that must be Trump.
Case closed. Let's picture Trump as the avatar. It must be.
Yeah, it's him.
No, I'm typically, when people call me crazy, it's because I'm smarter than them. I understand.
Am I the only one who's just uncomfortable and sad now for him? Like, this used to be fun, Owen.
No, it's still fun for me. People that call me, they call me crazy is because you're smarter than them. You know who says that? Crazy people.
I sent you down a Crowder is gay spiral. Live. Within minutes. You're not that smart.
That.
I didn't even use a burner email or anything.
No, you sent it from yours.
I
I know.
sent it from merchcomedy at Gmail. Hey, Owen, here's Gay Crowder. And he spiraled for days about it. Weeks. He still mentions it. Smart guy.
Land the plane. Do you say land the plane? There was another one that was just mind-blowing. Whatever, man. If you want to degrade yourself like that, go ahead. That unauthorized is legit. That's legit. Owen is so desperate for acceptance, it's sad, says guy who just got banned. Can you play it again? Nice work, yes. I really like Tucker Carlson. And not just because of this, I've always liked him. He's one of the only people in mainstream media that says anything that's true, ever.
And he will turn on Tucker within the month, like everybody else in his life. Like literally
Well, he doesn't have
everybody
to
else.
turn on Tucker because Tucker doesn't want anything to do with him.
Yeah,
it's
that's a
not
good
like
point.
Tucker's.
He's not Teddy Spaghetti,
He's
yeah.
not Crowder.
Working class people of all colors have a lot more in common, infinitely more
You know
in
what would be hilarious if the Tucker Carlson show hit him with a copyright strike for
That would be amazing.
how he would lose his mind.
common with each other than they do with some overpaid MSNBC anchor. And if you were allowed to think about that for long enough, you might start to get unauthorized ideas about economics. And that would be disruptive to a very lucrative status quo.
It is.
So they whip you into
It is. Owen doesn't even understand what's being spoken. No, it's a child. This is a child. Owen doesn't even understand what Tucker's talking about. Owen is somebody, when smarter people are talking around him, he goes, yeah, I totally agree. Precisely. He says words like precisely.
It's like a child going into a
Right.
room with a demolition crew and them going, all right, so check it out. We're going to knock down this wall here and this one. Don't touch these 2 columns because they're load bearing and we'll take the whole building down. And by the way, there's asbestos. We're going to have to remove it up there. And there's just a 6-year-old going, yeah, totally.
Yeah, we'll do that.
I
Be
hear
awesome.
that. I hear that. You're just like, that's cute. Go outside.
To a frenzy of racial fear so that it never enters your mind.
Yep.
You know, Mike, we've said mind before on this show, so Tucker's clearly watching us.
Mind control.
See, Tucker's watching us.
And he's the guy that they're trying to get to replace Tucker. It's just another grabbler, little grubbler. And that's
By the way, Grabbler again. He's using Grabbler. That's an Onion bit. We've actually played the Onion bit. Even things that Owen says are his things aren't even his things.
It's not that they're not his things because these comics all fucking steal from each other.
Right.
But they're so blatantly and glaringly not his.
Not his,
Like it's
yeah.
not like it's not like he went to an open mic like Robin Williams and stole some joke from some fucking middle act at the Ice House. This is fucking it's a bit that blew up viral again. It went re-viral around and he picked up on it and he thinks that it's like he's nuts.
He's a fucking lunatic. There you go, by the way. You guys never talk about Owen anymore. We just did. All right? And then now we're going to get, is that all you guys do is talk about Owen?
Yes.
Yes. We do both. We do both of those things at the same time.
That's all I do. All I do is talk about Owen and fuck your wife. Whoever's going to say that in the comments.
All right. Cool.